Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Minecraft Therapy. Today, I want to talk to y'all about purpose in life. And to get the ball rolling on that, I want to talk to you about two moments in my life when I feel the most purpose. Number one is when I'm cooking for myself. When I'm cooking for myself, I'm normally at a point where I'm hungry or about to be hungry, and I'm pretty hangry when I'm hungry. So it's like when I cook, I feel like I'm actually doing something to benefit myself in a very positive way so that I don't become a hangry, crazy person. The second time when I feel purpose in my life is when I walk my dog and he actually poops outside. Because sometimes Moose will I'll know Moose needs to poop, but he'll just wander outside for 30 minutes and not poop, and I'm like, bro, we gotta get a move on. We gotta get this shit out of you. So when he actually poops, and it's not like we just wandered around outside in the freezing cold for half an hour for no reason, I feel like that half an hour was well spent. And I guess that is kind of what I want to talk about with purpose, because I feel like the times when I feel the most purpose in my life, quote unquote, is when I feel like I'm not, quote unquote, wasting time. So when I'm cooking, I know I'm not wasting time because at the end I will get a meal and then I will not starve to death, which is very important for my life. Not even my life purpose, just for my life in general, so that I don't fucking die. And when I walk my dog and he poops, I feel purpose then, because it's like, it feels like I didn't just waste half an hour. You know, my dog has to poop, and if he's gonna poop, I'd rather he poop outside than inside my house. So when he actually poops, I feel like, oh, that wasn't wasted time in my life. And I guess that is kind of what I want to think more about / talk more about, because I feel like I've been really struggling to find that purpose in my life, because a lot of the time in my life I will feel this existential anxiety that I am wasting time, or I'm not doing the right thing, or what I'm doing doesn't serve some greater purpose in my life. And that just really stresses me out in a not good way. Like, if I don't know, when I'm making YouTube videos, right? A lot of the times it'll be like start, stop, because it's not a linear process for me to be creative. And when that happens and I don't feel like I'm making progress on something, it really starts to feel like, what am I even doing with my time and the time I'm alive? It feels like I'm not advancing towards a goal, or it feels like the time I'm using is not being used in a way that benefits me. You know, when I'm cooking, or when I'm walking my dog, or I'm buying groceries, or I'm cleaning my bathroom, it's like I know that what I'm doing in that moment is serving my life, because I can't have a dirty bathroom or no groceries in my fridge. So it feels like what I'm doing then actually fits into the bigger puzzle of my life. But for a lot of what I do in my life, I'm not sure what the greater meaning or purpose behind that is. Especially with this artistic YouTube thing. But we'll get into that later. I feel like what I kind of want to talk about is, I feel like the purpose of life, or, I'm searching for a purpose in life, something that I can figure out, something that when I do in my day-to-day, I will actually feel like satisfied and content and be able to like go to sleep peacefully knowing that I did what I wanted to with my day. And I feel like that is pretty closely related to a meaning of life. You know, what is the meaning of life? Big questions to be answered. But I actually feel like the purpose that I'm looking for in life is a bit different than an overall meaning of life, because I feel like a meaning of life is a very big abstract concept and it doesn't necessarily fit into my day-to-day, right? An example would be, you know, there's lots of different people have lots of different things that they believe are the meaning of life. Here's just a random few of them. The meaning of life is to help people, or the meaning of life is to maximize your personal happiness and be as hedonistic as possible. Or there is no meaning of life and nihilism is the truth and we should all just give up. Or the meaning of life is to serve God or get into the afterlife. You know, whatever you believe there is the meaning of life. Or the meaning of life is to reproduce and to just biologically continue on our species, and there's no deeper meaning than that. Whatever you believe is the meaning of life, that ideally should serve your day-to-day purpose, but I don't feel like it provides an exact blueprint for how to get that purpose or do things that give you a feeling of purpose. For example, if you believe the meaning of life is to reproduce and to make more babies, well, it doesn't exactly. It can kind of provide a blueprint where like you need to go and find a mate so that you can start baby making and all that shit. But it doesn't that's a very broad general thing to kind of pursue. And maybe on the day-to-day, I should be like, I don't know, looking for mates more or something. But it doesn't give you a defined, set of things to do to give you purpose. And I feel like I am not, I could, come up with, big overarching goals for my life. I want to make art, or I want to, have a family, or whatever. But I don't feel like that is really helping me to figure out my day-to-day purpose. And I guess at this point, maybe it would be useful to define what I even mean by purpose. I was kind of touching on it with cooking gives me purpose, walking my dog gives me purpose. I guess purpose for me is something. It's almost like something that would make my inner self feel at peace, or make my inner soul know it's doing what it was put on this existence to do, which is a very abstract thing, and not exactly something you can, or at least I feel like I can easily figure out, because I can't logic my way into, what is the thing that I need to do to make my inner soul feel satisfied, because I feel like my inner soul is not, maybe I'm not in touch with it enough, but I feel like it's very indescribable what my inner soul wants. I don't know why my inner soul, well, I do know why my inner soul wants to eat, because it wants to stay alive, and that's my primal instinct to stay alive. But I don't know why, making, writing makes me feel some type of way where I feel like I'm doing what I was put on this earth to do. I don't know why, walking my dog makes me feel some type of peace. I don't know why being in nature makes me feel peace. It just is. And I feel like I've been struggling to find a purpose that feels that will allow me to exist in our world as we know it without being too stressed out. So now I'm going to talk about the purpose that I feel like the world tries to put upon us. I feel like we live in a very productivity focused world, right? When I feel like whenever people, aka me, whenever people start talking shit about capitalism, people really start like getting pissed off because they're like, no, capitalism is good. It's the only way a free market can work. Blah 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 blah. Like, but I feel like getting too obsessed with that, or like getting too obsessed with capitalism is good, is getting too involved in the semantics of it. Like, I can sort of respect that capitalism is like the default economic system of the world, and it is just the way it is, and it's kind of useless for me to be like shouting into the void that I don't like it because like it's not gonna change no matter like what the fuck I say. So it's like I might as well like get used to it, you know what I mean? But I do think there's a difference between like, I do think there is things in capitalism that force us to obsess over productivity, for example, or the accumulation of wealth, or like the feeling that every moment in our lives needs to be monetized, and it's all about like monetize, make money, do this, blah blah blah. Like basically like everything we do as humans is to make money and in service of the economy, because all the basic things that we humans need to survive, food, land, clothes, water, is all been like, you know, it's all under the control of some company, and that company charges us money for it. So whether or not you want to be involved in the capitalist system, you have no choice but to be involved in it, because you have to buy food, and you have to pay rent, and all this means like you need to get a job and like contribute to the economy and like be a functioning like member of society, you know, whatever that means. But I feel like a lot like this sense that our lives is all in the pursuit of productivity and monetization, and you know, we all get paid by the hour or by the year or by the, you know, bi-weekly or whatever. So it's like it's like our time equals money. As they always say, time equals money. And it's very literal for like us in our current economic system, because everything we do has to be to make money, because food costs money. And I feel like this obsession over capitalism and like making money really alienates people from a purpose in life, because once you start like charging people for food and charging people for shelter and, you know, charging people for water, then the purpose of life becomes to accumulate money so that we can afford all these basic necessities. And of course, if you make more than the bare minimum to afford your food and rent and whatever, you have leftover money to, I don't know, buy like random crap from Amazon, or random Gucci bags, or, you know, leisure, or, you know, vacations, all this shit that you can buy with money. But in a sense, it's like, because the necessities cost money, that becomes the base like purpose for everyone's life. You know what I mean? On a fundamental level, all of us, like, our number one need in life is to eat food, have a roof over our heads, have running water, like all this shit. And I know this is like a very first world perspective, but it's like because like those things are our base needs and those needs cost money, our whole purpose becomes to get money to afford these base materials, these base necessities, which I feel like corrupts everyone's purpose because it's not our purpose in life to make money. You could argue that like we're animals, right? And it's in our DNA programming to only, to survive and reproduce. And to do that, we need food and whatever. So like, you could argue that capitalism is helping us in that sense, in that it's making it easier for us to accomplish these like very base animal necessities. But like, I don't know, is it too romantic to believe that we all have a greater purpose on this existence than just to like eat and have a roof over our heads and make money so that we can afford to eat and have a roof over our heads? Is it too much to ask to believe that our souls have a purpose on this earth besides just like the bare minimum to stay alive day to day? And I guess that is what I've really been thinking about, because I feel like in a perfect world, I think my purpose in the world is to make art, whatever that means, whether it's writing or making a silly YouTube video or cooking. Cooking's an art, right? I feel like my purpose in life is to be creative and not just like scrounge for like pennies by like min-maxing the financial system. But I feel like I am not able to do that because I need to make money. That is like what it comes down to. That's what everything comes down to, right, in our world, is that you have to make money to survive. Or you can like try and like become a hunter-gatherer. But our world has become so divorced from like what it used to be, in which like we used to be able to survive off the land. Like what I'm doing fucking right now in Minecraft. We used to be able to like be hunter-gatherers, but it's not possible in modern day America to really be a hunter-gatherer unless you have $1 million to buy an acre of land and buy a shit ton of farming equipment and buy a bunch of permits and whatever. Like, it's not possible to go off the grid. I guess what I'm saying is maybe I want to just go off the fucking grid. And, like, I feel like I would be a lot happier and be able to do the things I want to do and feel fulfilled and, like, feel like I was doing my purpose if I was, like, living in this fucking, like, Minecraft village where I could, like, plant my own food and shit. But I feel like that's just like not in the cards for me. You know what I mean? At least like not right now, because like I can't like afford 10 acres of land and I don't know how to farm. But yeah, I feel like what's my ideal world, right? My ideal world is that somehow food is taken care of for me and I'm able to just make art all the time, or make art like when I want to. Obviously, like even 5,000 years ago, that wasn't possible, right? Because people had to spend all their time hunting for food and growing food. So maybe I'm being like a little ungrateful that all this food stuff is basically taken care of for me, and like I have the privilege of making art and making art for money or whatever. And like, I'm sure farming and like living in pre-industrial world with no plumbing is very hard. But I feel like we are at a point where like I just don't, fuck you, skeleton. I just wish there was a way to make art without feeling like I had to make money, because I feel like making money corrupts everything and makes it so like it's like when I make art, I'm not thinking about how does this make money. I'm thinking about how this art shit can be the best art shit it can be. But because I have to make money with the art, all of a sudden it's like the art needs to make money. You know what I mean? Because if the art doesn't make money, then I don't eat, and if I don't eat, I die. So then if the art doesn't make money, that means I have to like make money another way. And this is the way I want to make money, or this is what I want to do with my life. So it's like, this is the way I want to make money so that I can do this with my life. But I think it's unnatural to chase this purpose or believe that money is the purpose for everything, right? I think it's very unnatural. I think that's why our whole world is messed up and everyone's drugged up on coffee and antidepressants, and everyone feels super alienated from each other, and the world is falling apart as we know it. It's because people don't feel divorced from like their actual true like spiritual or soul, whatever you want to call it, like their actual purpose in life. I don't think anyone is like, oh, my purpose in life is to look at spreadsheets, or my purpose in life is to make money for shareholders. Everyone's purpose in life is like, I want to like draw, or I want to cook, or I want to farm, or I want to, everyone's purpose in life is always much chiller and more creative, and usually never has anything to do with money. Of course, there are like psychos out there who like are super materialistic and just want to make money so they can rule the world. Whatever. Y'all psychos need to get the fuck off this planet, because y'all are fucking shit up for the rest of us. But yeah, I feel like for a lot of us, our purpose is not to make money. And that is hard because the entire economic system as we have built it today basically tells you your purpose has to be to make money. Because if you don't, the economy is not going to grow, the shareholders aren't going to make money, and more importantly for you, if you don't make money, you are going to starve to death or be homeless, which no one wants. So everyone's got to make fucking money. But I feel like all this obsession with money is really bad for everyone's soul. So that's my rant about purpose and money and this life. And I wish because I feel like I think I know what my purpose is. I think I know my purpose is to make art and just chill out and like not be evil. But it's really hard to do that. And I guess, all of us are probably struggling with it. I'm lucky because I get to like make a YouTube video every now and then. And like that's my quote unquote, there are lots of people, I worked the corporate life once, and like I do not want to go back to that corporate life. Corporate life is hard, and I'm sure a lot of y'all watching are living that corporate life and like struggling too to like figure out how you can do your true purpose while still keeping up with your corporate life because you have to pay rent. So how the fuck do we do that, guys? I don't know. I think like I've really been trying to rewire my brain and like tell myself it's okay to not always be involved in this hustle culture, because I know in my heart this hustle culture is fucked up and is destroying like my soul and destroying like my it's like destroying, it's like eating me from the inside. It's like turning my brain into mush. It's like making me focus on the wrong things in life. It's draining me of my energy and my love, which I cannot let that shit happen. So I've really been trying to rewire my brain and basically just like tell myself it's okay to not always make money, or it's okay to not always like have a purpose that aligns with this capitalist sense of accumulating wealth, and like every second of the day needs to be to accumulate wealth. Because when I cook or when I walk my dog, that shit is not to accumulate wealth. That shit is just because I need to do that shit and I want to do that shit. I love cooking, bro. Like, if I could open a restaurant, I hear opening a restaurant is extremely stressful, and working at a restaurant is extremely stressful. And also, I don't have the money to open a restaurant. But I genuinely love cooking, and so when I do that, and it's like I am able to like just give myself the hour to cook, and it's not like, oh my god, like I need to cook so fast because I need to go back to work so I can like make money. Then it's like I feel like genuine contentness and peace with my life that I'm not able to get when I'm constantly like stressing myself the fuck out about like go hustle culture. I gotta make the money. I gotta get to 200,000 subscribers, and then 300,000, and then 1 million, and then I need to make all the money and get all the everyone pay me money. It's like all this bullshit, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm really just trying to like rewire my brain to like not to allow myself to rest, allow myself to do fucking nothing. You would think like the way everyone fucking like acts in the world, it's a fucking crime to like do nothing for like 2 hours. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my god, like you're not working to make a money for us. Like, what the fuck? Like, get back to work. It's like, oh my god, like, can I live? Can I fucking live? So yeah, I don't know. Like, I think I've just tried to like rewire my brain to do that, and also like just like get off the internet, get off the screens, like get deprogrammed from like all the bullshit in the world, because I feel like that shit is not like what is real life is what is directly in front of my face. So it's my dog, it's my food, it's the people I see every day. It's not like the bullshit that's like constantly in the news or like in my brain that's like telling me I need to accumulate wealth so that I could like buy a property so that I can like continue to accumulate wealth so my future generations can like be safe after like, I don't know, after the fucking like after like all of Florida is underwater and there's like no more houses left to buy. I bought like the last fucking house for my family, you know what I mean? I am just trying to get off that mindset because I feel like it is really, really destructive. It makes me depressed. It's just bad for my soul, you know what I mean? So I'm really trying to get off that wave, bro. Like, that shit is the worst, and I'm just really trying to like just be okay with what I have, what I do in the moment, and like what my, you know, my best is in the world. And I guess like, you know, if it all fails, I can't be afraid of that. You know what I mean? If doing my purpose doesn't like, you know, I don't know. I just have to trust and believe, and it's like if doing my purpose leads to change or like leads to different shit happening, like I'll just roll with the punches, you know what I mean? I can't be like so afraid of doing what I love that I give up on doing what I love before I even start doing it. So yeah. What is my purpose in life? Let's round this discussion off. I feel like this is going to be a bit of a cop-out, but like I feel like most of the time our purpose in life is just to chill out. You know what I mean? And like there are deeper levels in your soul when you give yourself the time to relax and chill out. Like that's when you're able to realize oh, like, I love cooking, or I love gardening, or I love whatever. You know what I mean? Those are the things that everyone loves. No one loves being a consultant. I'm sorry. If you love being a consultant, you need to relax more and figure out what you actually love in life, because I do not believe you. So yeah, how can we better get along with our purpose? I guess like giving ourselves the time to breathe and relax. I've been trying to do that more too. I've been trying to relax more because I feel like I'm not able to like tap into like my deeper spiritual soul self when I'm like fucking stressed out 24/7 about making money or doing this or doing that or getting to where I need to be at like this age in life. You know, like when that anxiety kicks in, then it's like I can't even think straight, and it's like it starts being counterproductive. So I think for us, we have to realize. So what am I trying to say? Relax more. It'll give you like better access to figure out what your true purpose is. Your true purpose is probably like super chill. You know what I mean? Because monkeys and cats and tigers and lions, like those motherfuckers, like their purpose is very chill. Is to hang out in the forest and just eat food. And it seems to work out a lot of the time for them. And I feel like we humans, like, we like to think that we are humans and we are different than the rest of the animals. We are animals, dude. Like, I don't know, like, where people got this idea that humans are not animals. We are animals, bro. We are animals. So it's like, we are literally the only animals in the entire animal kingdom that like freaks this much out about money and material shit and like blah 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 and purpose even. You know what I mean? Like I'm out here freaking out about purpose when like 99.99% of other species, their purpose is just to eat and mate. That's literally it. And like I feel blessed to be a human. You know, I do believe that humans, we have a deeper soul and like meaning there. So maybe that's where we're different than other animals. But like, you know, that is something that you can only get in touch with, that deeper soul purpose, if you first let your animal purpose like chill the fuck out. And of course, that is very hard because we live in a world where the animal needs of food are all owned by fucking Monsanto or whatever, and they all fucking charge us money for it. But we all need to fight that programming as hard as possible. Like, you know, fight the programming that tells you you need to make money and you need to maximize value for the shareholders. Because I do believe we can get to a different world than the one we have in, but it starts with us all getting like deprogrammed from this. The purpose of our lives is to make money bullshit. So, yeah. And once again, like 99.9999%, the revolution is not going to happen, and we're all just going to have to deal with this bullshit, at least for our lifetimes. Maybe in like 2,000 years, we'll all get enlightened and realize this capitalism shit is stupid. But it's probably not happening in the next 100 years, guys. So just strap in, buckle in, deal with it the best you can, because that's what I'm doing, and I think that's what we all got to do. We all got to just deal with it the best we can and find the moments where we can do what we truly love and do, you know, feel satisfied in our purpose. Find those moments where we can. All right, that's the video. This was pretty crazy. Yeah. I don't care anymore. Just fuck capitalism. I don't care. I'll say it on the internet. I fucking hate capitalism. Fuck that bullshit. Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe next time we'll finish this house. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Love you guys. Just stay true to yourselves out there, guys. All right. Stay safe, stay sane. Hope y'all have a great Thanksgiving and take some time to relax for yourselves and do something you love. All right. Catch you next time. Peace.